and what you've been through.
You know, that's deep, Monica. I'm just sharing a story with you, right? I had a 14-year-old daughter. I was just in the truck with her, right? And she was crying because she was getting bullied in school. The kids was said she had a deep voice, right? So she was wearing a grocery store and she's damn near breaking down. But we're in the car and I had a real serious conversation with her about that. And I told her, I said, you know, excuse my feeling, but I said, fuck your feelings. You know, get strong, toughen up, because you only knew what your dad been through, but look where God got me. You know, toughen the fuck up. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear it. I don't even. I'm not even. I'm rejecting the depression. You know, you
Right.
got all of your limbs, and you know, I feel all of these kids nowadays. They feel like, you know, they don't get the likes that they need on Instagram, or somebody say something bad to them in high school, or they're listening to some stupid ass music on pop pills, and they get instantly depressed. I went through real things. You know what I mean? People that are around my age went through real things where Instagram and social media wasn't there. So when you got abused, or you got your ass whooped, or you got a black eye, or you got a stitch in cord, and all of these different things, just go in the room, shut up, you know what I mean, and listen to some music. But nowadays, these kids, you know, so again, I'm saying that to me telling my daughter to toughen up was like, yo, it's a movie. I'm watching my own movie. Life is a movie. Seriously, the things that I go through and the things that I see and engage in and dodge and witness every day is like, yo, God shows you are a true triumph, you know, to something special, and you have a plan. And lastly, we're leaving out of the grocery store, right? And my daughter told me there's nothing wrong with being average. And I don't know what happened, but something just said,
Did you snap? Did you snap? Because I probably would have snapped.
oh my God, I hit her in the arm. Like not a super like boom, but just like wake up. Like, yo, like, because I was like, how dare you say something like that? You know what I mean? Don't you ever in your life say shit like that again. You are not average. There's a lot wrong with being average. No, you're not skating through life. You're going to work hard, do it, and you're going to be fucking great. I don't care what you're talking about, period. So that's the type of parent I am. And I think the aggressiveness towards life, towards things, is what kept me where I'm at. I've always had to survive. I've been in survival mode since literally 11. I'm 49 years old. All I know is survival mode.
I think that most of us Generation Xers are kind of like that. I think that everybody from our generation got some story or another that's wild that makes us like that people would
Yeah.
never to get through in this current day and age. They would not be able to make it. Trust me.
Right. Right.
Hell, I was homeless. Remember, I was homeless behind your studio, living
I
behind your
remember.
studio, homeless, and coming to work every day to work, do graphic design for you.
In the car. You sleeping in the car, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. And we didn't know. Nobody knew
I
until you told us. We was like, yo, let's figure this shit out then. Why are you, what the fuck is going on?
exactly. So that's the type of stuff that people don't, but you still be resilient and go through. I just had Fundi Fee. She talked about, I just interviewed her. She's a Tai Chi master. She talked about how she was homeless and she used to walk to her master's, her practice every day, a mile, and then go back home to go back to living in an abandoned building. And she's around our age too. I think that's just our generation in general.
Yeah, new generation is soft. They soft as shit. That's why I said I don't want to hear none of that, man. I literally lived in abandoned houses. I'm talking about for years. You know what I mean? Like years, not a week, not a day. No, year. I'm talking about abandoned houses. No windows, no doors, plastic on the windows, shitting in bags, kerosene heater where you're coughing so fucking much because you're breathing all of this black smoke in. Bunch of garbage bags in the backyard from shitting in them. Come on, man. We're like, I don't want these fucking kids now. Like, what? What are you talking about?
Do you think it's because of now they're living such a good life because you have finally built yourself up to a certain point that they don't even understand what it is to struggle?
They don't understand the struggle. Then I also think it's the music. It has a lot to do with the music. It's social media. social media is the devil. You know, it's not good. It's not good for our generation. It's not good for our kids. And then it's not good for adults, because even adults is the same way. It's like, you know, you don't get a couple likes on your shit, you might get depressed. You might want to kill yourself if you ain't get no likes.
Right? Yeah, you don't got enough people watching your stuff or whatever. People don't like your
Yeah,
post.
yeah, and I would feel like shit. You know what I mean? I post something. I didn't feel like shit before. I did post something and nigga got 20 views. It's like, damn, I ain't shit. It's
Man, but
depressing.
you are way more. I mean, all these accomplishments, putting together a film alone is like that's a very difficult endeavor. It takes a lot of money, you know, and
It
to
does.
do it probably on the budget that you've had to do it and still come out successful and have a good
Mhm.
product. You know, a lot of those movies on Tubi are kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? They sound like it's crazy. They the what Tubi will accept as a movie. You know, and I
Yeah,
believe
yeah, yeah.
you're at the top of the tier when it comes to a director. If you have to like compare yourself to some of these other people being able to tell these stories, you know, and not
Hmm.
look ghetto, you know, and look they got a camcorder or whatever with some sound
Yeah,
effects.
they kind of let everybody do anything on Tubi now. I kind of, you know, I'm real serious with filmmaking, so I'm not here to make movies to. I don't put money first. I put creative first. I do this because I love it. If I wasn't making a dollar, I would be doing it. I love it.
Mm.
I sit here. I work 15 hours a day. I'm not getting paid by the hour, by the week, or anything. You know, I've been doing that since 1998.
Right. Hence the bags. Hence the bags under the eye, right?
That's where the bags come from. Yeah. And the wrinkles on the forehead now. Fuck.
From furrowing, furrowing brow. That's from looking mean and frowning up too much. You know what I'm saying?
No, you love he loves what he does. So
What I
that's
do.
all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think it's just over time. I've been through a lot. I done lived 5 lives.
You
Mm.
I'm
still
blessed.
look them out. Don't let nobody. You still look like Jay Z. You look better than Jay Z now. They used to say you look like Jay Z. No, you look better than Jay Z now. You
I
killing
appreciate it.
He looked it better than Jay-Z then too.
right? Well, yeah, he did. He was a cuter version of Jay Z.
I
But
appreciate
he,
that.
but he his own. He his own person with his own looks and his own everything. We ain't even gonna put it with Jay-Z.
Right, right.
He his own man.
Duke at Night was a great show. Why didn't you ever think about bringing that back? That like you had like I really love the charisma. You have great. You're a great comedian. You know what I'm saying? Like a funny guy. People don't even know how funny this guy is.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna do a stand-up I'm gonna do a stand-up special one day. I really got some great jokes. It's like some Bernie Mac jokes.
Right.
Yeah.
And the older you
I'm,
get, the more jokes you're gonna have. Trust me.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you got more life experiences,
Yeah.
right?
So
Yeah,
yeah.
Were
Tell
you naturally funny?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I think again, it's like Bernie Mac jokes. I think life becomes funny once you've dealt with a lot of pain.
Mm.
It's funny, right? You know, the things that I go through. I've always been like that. My pain, I laugh at it. I could have just gotten a shootout and be like, hell no, this nigga just shooting at me. Hell no, this motherfucker crazy. Like,
So that'd be more like a Marlon Wayans. Like he turned his pain into he brings
mm-hmm,
out the comedy in the pain.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because you could look at stuff, well, that doesn't mean you're not feeling it or nothing, but how can I make it brighter? So that's what
Nice.
So here's him and Finesse to give you an idea.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Now that was part one. That wasn't part two. So you have two versions of that Finesse, right?
Correct.
Are you guys going to do a three, or is it going to keep going like a whole like Finesse like empire, or did y'all end with two?
No, we didn't end it. I left it as an opening for part 3, but it's just depending on how I feel. Like, I really love the characters. TJ, that's one of my favorite characters. I feel like he could do more than Vanessa. So I might bring you back in something else, a TV series, TV show, maybe a comedy TV show like Martin or something. To that extent, I would like to do with TJ.
So,
So
go ahead, Sugar.
I just want to know, do you do all of your writing or you have a team? Writing,
No,
producing,
I do
and
it in my writing.
Huh?
I do it.
All right. So how did you learn about the cameras and stuff, or you bring people in to do that?
Well, I don't shoot. Yeah, like so I'm a director, so I'm not the guy holding the camera. That's his job to learn the camera. Just being a director, I learned trial and error. I'm one of those guys that's going, if I don't know how to do it, I'm gonna learn it. I'm gonna take the time, I'm gonna take the patience, I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna get better as I go with it. I never went to school for none of the stuff that I learned or do. I just real passionate.
Like a lot of people in Detroit, you dropped out, right? Do you know that the dropout rate in Detroit is like 60%? When I left Detroit, it was at 60% or 60 to 70%.
Well, I dropped out. Personally, I dropped out because I was homeless. So like, I don't remember no teacher name, not one. Now
schools for a long time.
Let me tell you, so it's crazy. All I can remember is my kindergarten teacher, Mrs. Stone. Her name was Mrs. Stone. She was a white woman with a huge nose, and I remember she really loved me, and that was it. Shit got real right after.
Wow. Right. Extension cords, homelessness, this, that, the man.
Big, run and hurry. Yeah, all of that. Yeah.
Man, listen, I probably would have dropped out too if I had as much where you probably were making money by the time you were in 9th grade. You probably didn't think you even needed to keep going to school.
Yeah, like 9th grade, I was 16, living in an abandoned house, but I had plastic all over everything. I literally took an abandoned house and turned it into a real house, buying beans, CDs, refrigerator here, microwave here, couch here, and really put a house together at that age. So it was like, me going to school was like, what the hell is school? I didn't never even know first, second grade or first, second hour teachers, 7th and 8th hour teachers. They never seen me, never. And I got straight F's on every single report card in high school.
Fantastic. That's what I call an F. For fantastic.
So it wasn't the fact. I just wasn't applying myself. My head wasn't in high school to be in school. In high school, I was somewhere else. I was fighting foster home, running away from foster home, and trying to stay in the streets. So it'd be like I would be selling drugs, and people would be working for me that was older than me. And then they'll say, while they paying me my money, they'll say, "Hold on, here come Wayne County, the kid jail people." And I would have to run and shit. I got a pistol, drugs. I got to throw it. And it's like, what the fuck? I got to run from these people. So, yeah, it was weird like that. So, I don't even remember high school, like anything positive.
So you have siblings?
I have a artistic brother that lives with me that I take care of. My sister passed away years ago.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You knew Batin as well. I think he was like teetering, like kind of. It seemed like that whole Code Garner's era, like that whole group, like that whole during time frame was like school kind of an option. You know what I'm saying for them? It's like it's not necessarily like.
I wouldn't say that because those guys was really in school. Like those guys was really doing half of what they were supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? Batin, J Dilla,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like all was literally those guys. So like J Dilla house was here, and then I'm on the block at the end of the block, down some and shootouts and shit like that every single day, like and crazy stuff. But my point is, those guys, they really was trying, like especially JD, really smart, super talented dude. Batin, very charismatic. You know what I mean? Back then, very charismatic, really sharp. Him and my other brother, by 10 and damn Slum P T3. Another good brother. Like those was really sharp brothers growing up. And they're not gonna get mad at me for saying this, but really they were the nerds of the hood. Seriously.
Well,
they was the smart dudes. And they wasn't they was not fucking with people on the block. Like you would not catch them on the block. They was in the studio. Like they were in Dilla's basement working. You know what I mean? Staying consistent and going to school.
Did you ever make any music with Dilla? Like, or did you ever, or was it like, were you like kind of like, no, don't deal with him. He's kind of like dangerous.
No, they're the ones.
Yeah.
No, back in the day, sometime if you was doing something, it wasn't. You was sort of kind of protected because you wanted them to make it. Was it that type of thing? Okay, these guys are trying to make it, so we're gonna leave them alone.
Well, me and Dilla actually worked one time. I was in the studio. I worked with Dilla like once or twice before, but what happened was we really, because he was more so like you said, it was like they were like, yo, that little nigga right there, he can't come down. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's too much shit going on. He can't. But then he gave me one opportunity because he seen me really getting serious about the music, and he did give me an opportunity. And I remember being in his basement, he playing some records, and he gave me a record to record. And right when we started to work, just so happened where he lived, the guy next door, that was who the person I was in shootouts with. So it was like, it kind of messed the relationship up. You know what I mean? Because they didn't talk as niggas.
He found out that you were there. He found out that you were downstairs.
No, it was just he was all from the same neighborhood, so it was kind of like, you know, that was too close. That was too close for Jay Dilla because I was getting ready to shoot up the nigga house. Like his house shot. It was like crazy shit going on right next door to Dilla's house. So Dilla was like, "Yo, get the fuck away from that."
But let me ask you a question though. Even though you were doing what you were doing back then, when you was in that studio, did you foresee anything? Like, did you have any type of notion? I may not be doing this, but I'm going to be doing something, or because you know how sometimes you put stuff in the universe, right? Mm-hmm. And you ask, we may not get it right now, but was it a seed that you dropped in your mind or in your head when you was in that studio? So when you got, or did, like, how did this come about? Like, and you're in that house, you said that one day I do not think I could do this, or I could write, or none of that is on your mind.
You mean when I was in Dilla house or just in general?
When you was in Dilla's house, right? And now you're with people that's putting this, because you know you are artists, so it was always in you. Mm-hmm. So did you knew that it was in you then, or you just didn't give no F? But like, what? How was your feeling when you was? How was you feeling when you was with the boys that were not like shoot 'em up, bang bang, and whatever, but who was doing artistic type of things?
So just to be clear, like you know, Coney Garden, right? When you take this neighborhood, you had Jay Dilla, but then you had a guy by the name of Mike Moore, who was a huge producer in the neighborhood as well. That's who I was under, right? And we were all from the same neighborhood. So it was kind of like Jay Dilla and them was more so like in a different space. Like I would say backpack, and that's not being disrespectful. That's like, but he was in a different space, music, right? And then you had the street music, right? So it was kind of like when I got with Jay Dilla, I was already popping to an extent in the street music. But Jay Dilla and them had the backpack music, and then they was getting checks. You see what I'm saying? So it was like they were getting national check. He would have a buzz, street buzz, but it didn't resonate to no real money. You know what I mean? I remember seeing Dilla broke, and then seeing Jay Dilla get that green BMW. Like, damn, what the fuck? Why did this little nigga get that? Then came with the Range Rover. Like, whoa, wait a minute, what the fuck? He was out of there. You know what I mean? At that point, so it was like it was a competitive situation. You know what I mean? Just being honest. It was like Streets versus Backpack. But then Backpack won when they got the money. But again, it was always. But let me say this: it was always this thing, like whereas then the Backpack rappers wanted the streets, and they couldn't get the streets, and the street dudes wanted the money and the national respect, and they couldn't get that. So it was always this, you know what I mean? Until people like Eminem, which was Backpack, got Trick, and they did that song "Welcome to Detroit City." That was the first time that you seen Street and Backpack kind of come together, and when that happened, then started more people merge, you know, trying to mix, you know, Street with that type of music as well.
You know, Trick, you know what? He is very talented, you know, and very dangerous at the same time. He had the Goon Squad, didn't he? Did you used to work with Trick, like, because he's from 7 Mile? Was there like a rivalry between 7 and 6 Mile, or did like y'all all kind of work together in some kind of way? The street rappers versus like the, you know, did y'all kind of all work together, or was it like 7 Mile against Coney Gardens against?
Nah. Back then we weren't, you know, into it like that. It was us versus rappers coming in the city, you know, and performing and not giving them credit and stuff like that. There was no real inner city beef with rappers back then with each other because we were all trying to make it. There was no outlets for us to make it. You know what I mean? You gotta think I came from the era when Eminem first started, Blade Icewood and everybody else. So it wasn't an outlet for us. So we couldn't afford to beef with each other. If anything, we were fighting with the DJs, with the radio people, with the record stores, you know, trying to push this envelope. But as far as with us, it was always love. Like me and Trick, like my brother. I was brother, like, you know, like real blood brother, but we've always had mutual respect for each other. It's never been, you know, we always told each other.
He's a great actor as well. It seemed like he's been from the hood or whatever and going through a bunch of stuff. They make some really good actor.
That's where I was getting to. Yeah. They have. I think they are that rolls in the concrete, right? They are the rolls in the concrete.
Yeah. No facts.
How come you haven't had Trick in a movie like a starring role?
He got a phone. He got a phone call.
Yeah. Trick is we worked. Me and Trick has worked together on multiple projects. Life, my first documentary. Trick was in. From there, it was called Joy Road that I had the opportunity to play the main character for. And when I went out to the audition, I was like, "Yo, this is cool." But we had just did Street Life, and I was like, "Yo, Trick, you need to put Trick in this shit. He need to do the role that you're asking me to do." And he ended up going out there and killing that fucking role. That was his first major movie role. And so, you know, we did that. And then like the movie just pulled up, Finesse. He's at the end of Finesse. He's the guy that comes in at the end of the movie and clear the whole area. So, you know, we've done some things.
Okay. So did you guys used to go down to St. Andrews with the whole Eminem and Proof thing and like that whole MC thing? Were you guys a part of that whole thing? All that 8 miles about the battles.
Course.
So how does it work? So you have the backpack people with the street people, and they would be battling against each other.
No, you would have St. Andrews was 2 clubs. It was the Shelter, and then it was St. Andrews. The top part was St. Andrews main stage. Ray would be doing shit. We'll be performing. People like myself, people like, you know, Stretch Money, KDZ, Big Herc, you name it, guys, Trick, you know, guys like that. And then you had the basement. That was where the backpack rappers had their own situation going on. Shit'd be stupid packed though. It would no taking nothing from them. It'd be crazy packed. And actually, it was more consistent than the upstairs. You know, so yeah, that's how that went. St. Andrews is historical for having all talent.
So you guys would like just end up going down there. Were you ever in one of those battles that they had, like with that Proof was hosting, you know, with those people? Did you ever like battle Eminem or any of these people like Proof or?
Bar 7 over there on the west side, when they first started that whole situation, I was there. I was rapping as well. I've never been a battle rapper. I was always a street rapper, stuff like that. So I would never get into in the battles. I let the battle rappers do the battle rapping. But I was always there though. Like I was there, I would be performing. Proof used to open up for me.
Oh, okay, yeah. And Proof was the person that gave By 10 his name.
Yeah, Proof used to open up for me when he was with Five. I had a song on the radio, JLB, stuff like that. And Proof was young, man. He was young, probably my age, but I was more in the streets a lot. But yeah, when he was with Five Ella, he used to open up for me. And that's why, right before he died, he used to send me these cards from like Spain or like crazy stuff like, nigga, look where I'm at. Look, you know what I mean? If I'm here, you here. That type of thing. I had a lot of love for Proof.
Yeah, I mean, may he rest in peace. Have you been in touch with him at all? Like, did you used to work with him at all, or at all? Have you crossed paths?
Yeah, me and M know each other for sure. We haven't necessarily worked together, so to speak, because I was one of those guys. When Eminem started on his come up, I was popping already, so it was like I was one of the guys that really didn't listen to him. Like, what are you talking about? You know what I mean? And once he came up, he was like, yo, fuck everybody. I was one of those guys like, well, wait a minute, are you gonna put on for the D? I would challenge him during his come up. So I think once he got to a certain time, he was just like, Al Nuke, who fuck Nuke? I don't give a fuck about him. I'll probably be the same way. So, but the crazy part about it is we talk indirectly through Royce 5'9", which is my brother. We had an issue early this year or something like that. We was dealing with Eminem. So we had communications through Royce. And Royce always, a big homie that's going to mediate it.
I think that you need to do your story. You need to do your life story, because I mean, just the interestingness of like that trauma as a child, coming up, getting abused as a child, going through homelessness, moving from that, from that into like doing music, into like the club scene, St. Andrews. And then from St. Andrews to like 1700 block, building your own studio where you make your own music. Going from that, you had your own like studio right there, going from that to, moving to Atlanta, becoming Zaytoven's manager, putting out the movie 1700 block before that. And then now, go ahead.
No, I'm saying 17,000. A lot of people.
17,000 block. Yeah, 17,000 block, putting out that movie, then going to becoming Zaytoven's manager, going from that to Finesse. Then what was the next movie? It was
that's too. But I get what you're saying. It has been a blessing when you look at a person like my career who seen Blade, Icewood, Eminem first start, right? And being able to come to Atlanta and then be right there when Migos started, or right there when Future started, or right there when Young Dolph started, or Bankroll Fresh. You know what I mean? These type of people, being in these camps and their approaches and how they record and how they went up to stardom. Even Gucci Man, meeting him when he was just a crazy dude, you know what I mean? To see where he's at right now, just being around him a couple weeks ago, and just him knowing my name, and we can argue, me and Gucci argue, what I mean? That's a blessing. It's a blessing. Because Gucci Gucci a chump.
Really?
He'd say some weird shit like right in your face, like in front of everybody. So how I am. I ain't.
Yeah, you a Taurus. You ain't going for that, right? Like, no, hell no. Man, I'm sure that whole scene, Atlanta, with all those rappers, there's a lot of like machismo going on within the studio, and it's a lot of probably egos clashing and everything.
Charlotte, a lot of egos, a lot of drugs, and a lot of money. These people play with a lot of money. You know what I mean? A lot of money. So it's like,
right.
A different money.
I'm sure have you been to a Diddy party?
No, I've dealt with Diddy. I've worked with his team, but I've never been to a Diddy party.
Oh, okay. You've never been diddled.
Have
So
you been diddled?
no, so I mean, you're in like the entertainment industry. I've heard that those parties are like kind of wild, like a lot of diddling going on and all kind of wild stuff going on. People get doped up and drugged and rooms
True.
with stuff going on. I've heard that there's like a room you knock on the door, you open that door, you better be prepared for what you're gonna see. You know,
I agree. It's a lot of
I
wild
mean,
stuff. So I will say though, like LA is wild. You know what I mean? I tried to move to LA before, and it's just wild. Like it was wild. The daytime it was great. It was a cool vibe. I thought it was gonna be nice. And when I went to sleep and woke up in the middle of the night, it was a woman with cocaine, gas plate, afro, and shit, like the 70s. So I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, that's some wild shit. They're still having house parties out there.
they having them house parties still.
Yeah, they have house like old school house parties. I mean, not just Diddy. It's just like real house parties. Like LA have house parties at night. Everybody high, coked up, weed, kissing, this in the corner, over here, old music, lights low, shit just groovy, man. Like, yeah, they're good for that out there.
So do you think that the Atlanta like celebrity scene is a little bit different than LA? Would they like not get too deep into the weird stuff, or is it still going on but like on a different level?
I think for sure. And guys, we got to wrap it up because I do got to feed my son. You know, this is first and foremost. I got to take care of him, y'all.
Was not gonna go past an hour. We got 3 more minutes. Trust me, I'm already I'm already
Okay.
there. Which is 57, 24, 25, 26, 20. You understand? I'm counting down.
You good. You good. What was your question now?
So I was saying, so is the Atlanta scene a little bit different than compared to the LA scene?
Definitely.
Yep.
I mean, definitely. You know, Atlanta more. Atlanta more kind of cool, kicking it. LA is a vibe. LA is just all about vibes.
Mm. Is it
You
kind
know,
of vibe, like occultism vibe, or like the devil vibe, or just a vibe?
It's just all the above. But
yeah,
right,
yeah.
whatever you name it, that's what it is.
Like whatever room you walk in,
Uh,
whatever vibe you want. And also Atlanta is the same way though. Atlanta is like whatever vibe you in Atlanta, but I think it takes a lot more to get into some negativity or demonic stuff versus right with LA you could just run into, you know what I mean?
Right. You have to be looking forward to get into it versus there you just gonna end up in that space. Listen, so again, I'm gonna play this intro again for Romper. That's gonna be coming out. Roper.
no, but
Roper.
before you get into it, just let us know if you haven't said before, like how many movies have you made?
You already did.
Where are you going moving forward? Right? And how do somebody like me can say, "Hey, can I be in your movie?" Like, how what's the process with that? Being that that's what you on now, and you want to be a comedian and stuff. But let us know what's coming up with you.
Well, I think Roper is going to be amazing for me. That's where my head is at right now. I got a couple more projects I'm working on. I can't really discuss at the moment, but that's why I'm really on Roper right now. I'm just really because this is a series, so it's not necessarily a movie. It's a series that I'm doing, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm really honing into my craft as a actor as well. You know, that's where I'm really focused in. So I've been in the gym. I'm eating right, thinking right, thought patterns right, and I just want to become a great actor. And of course, always going to be a director, writer, but I really want to get in my acting bag right now.
Wait,
So
is
how
it the correct website? Is it Big Biz Media or Big
that's what I
Biz?
was going to say. Yeah. How
Yeah,
how
big.
we how are we
No
able to
slack.
follow you, follow the
Yeah, no.
movies and stuff? Because how put that out there too, because I know your time is ticking. So we want to make sure we stay in touch with you and what you're doing and support.
Definitely, I appreciate that. Al Nuke, ALNUKE. That's on all of the social medias, man. Tap in with me. Roper is amazing, and I got another series that I can kind of tell you a little bit. It's called A Black Mob, and it's like a man. It's powerful. It's powerful,
Wow.
powerful. It's like a I don't know. It's like a Narcos and a Power on steroids. So we'll be shooting later on this year.
Are
So
you
you
gonna?
would definitely be back to. You're gonna definitely be back to tell us about that, right?
We gotta bring you
Yeah.
back. We can't even cover everything that we really want to cover.
Exactly.
To at least get the ball rolling, create awareness about your movies. Birds of a Feather. Can you stream this on this website here?
You can actually should be able to click it and it can go right to where wherever it's streaming at should be.
Oh, okay. You can stream from your own website. I could talk to you about that later, but um, that way you could get the money straight to you unless you have a contract or something. But yeah, you
The
can
only
stream it.
the problem with it is a lot of people, opening up a streaming apps and things like that. But think about opening up a streaming app. It costs a lot of money, and then in order for you to actually make money and get paid, you got to do ads. Ads don't come in until you actually get the viewerships and the eyeballs. So it's like a catch 22. You know what I mean? That us filmmakers, we can only get paid as AOV. You know what I mean? And ads on demand, LD. So you got to make sure that you got the ads.
So Bagman the movie. What is that? Another one of your movies?
Yeah, that's that'll be out soon too as well.
Okay, you didn't tell me about that one. Was that going to be on Tubi too?
Yep, it'll be on Tubi. That
So
was something I did a few years ago.
okay, yeah, we didn't get to talk about that one. That one looks like it's pretty intense as well. I mean, I don't even
Yeah,
know.
definitely intense.
So we definitely gotta like check out Roper. We gotta check him out. We're gonna
You
keep his.
know what? Just do a nuke and not a Netflix and watch. Just sit all day and catch up and watch all his shows, right?
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to do like
instead
a.
of a Netflix and chill, do a nuke and chill and catch up on all his stuff. So when we get to the latest one, we will be all caught up. I would just like to say, uh, we salute you, and I'm
thank
so
you.
proud of all the things you went through in your life, and I'm glad that you was able to put your creative mind in front of what you was doing in the street. We didn't get to the thing that what made you say, you know what, I'd rather go this way and that way. That would be on another interview. But I just want to say we people over here, we proud of our brothers who said
Mhm.
who could get out of that street and make something of themselves. And thank you for giving us a piece of your mind with your movies and stuff like that. We salute you, my brother.
I really appreciate you, Queens, and I wish I had a little bit more time. I just have food on, kid crying, and bed and bath and that type of thing going on soon. But I really appreciate y'all, and we got to do this again soon. I would love to. I'm here anytime you need me.
All right, for sure. And you have some fans. There's a bunch of people that actually looks like there's a few people that actually are
What's
familiar
up,
with you.
me? Me Blaze was good, family, for sure.
Yeah, so you have some people that know about your movies that are here.
Oh
I did,
yeah, I see one.
and look, I can't
I
wait to see.
appreciate y'all. Jackie, love. That's what I was thinking for Jackie. It's a good number, love. Thank you, Jackie. I really appreciate y'all. I gotta go though, y'all. It's love, okay?
All right, my brother. Peace, salute.
All right, we're
Peace.
gonna play. We're gonna play Roper again, and we're gonna like end the thing. But
She had to play that part, right? This the Nuke is well, you're gonna have to watch the replay, Mimi. Definitely check out the replay. But I'm so proud of our brothers. You know, that's that's putting in that work. Who came from so much adversary and
Yes.
been through what he's been through. And now he has a family. He's also grew up with uh by 10 DJ Dilla. He also knows they all grew up together, Eminem, Proof. So he has a lot of story. This time he'll be coming back. Time didn't permit it, but he went into some of the stories. You're gonna have to definitely check out the replay, and it's good to see that he could have went anyway. See, that's the main goal here, because he was out there in the streets, and sometimes, you know, a lot of men, they have to make a choice, right? You had a lot of men that some of them was like, "Yo, uh, I heard a lot of men say I had to make a choice. I'm going to be 100% in here or 100% in there, right?" And I'm glad he made the right choice. And now we get to see his move. Yes, he writes, he directs, everything. He does all of that. And he's never even finished school, right? That is the joy of all of this. See, people think that now I always tell people all the time, maybe because you see a straight A student and you may see a student that is not, that doesn't mean that the other student is not smart as the other student. It's just that sometimes people be going through things and their mind is even from what they're going through, their mind is not there. They can't even apply themselves because of so much stuff that is going on, So, and look, he had to be smart. He know how to read, write, and direct, and all of that other stuff, you know. So, we have to give our brothers props when it's due, and
No, you're
I
not, you're
cannot wait till he
not
come back. So, so DJ can hit him with some more of them old school questions, like how was Eminem back in them days, right? How was Eminem when he used to be up there? Because he wasn't. He know that he also know Gucci Mane. They from he's from that old Detroit.
Yep, he's from that old Detroit, right? Exactly. And he knows. But listen, and like I said, he has a lot of stories. He just said he told me he didn't have a lot of time, but he even extended it more than what he really had to go earlier and only really had 15. But I'm glad he stuck it out for the hour because I think that like I said, a lot of the times behind the scenes, these movies come out, you never get to see who the people are behind them, and then their stories and what makes them who they are. And so I think and this is going to be a series, guys. So he's made enough movies now that now he's transformed into actually making TV series. So who knows if that might get picked up? You know what I'm saying? I hope it does get picked up by a major network. I'm
Yeah,
glad that he took the time out, and you don't see a lot of African Americans that are getting in like horror movies, like that. Uh, so it's interesting, and he's done horror comedy. He's pretty much done across the board, and you really don't get to hear about him as a director. You hear about the Spike Lees and the Tyler Perry, but you don't get to hear about the Al Nukes of the world. You get to hear about 50 Cent, but Al Nuke is just as viable of a director as,
mhm.
and I wanted to show some of that depth, as well as an actor, as well as actor, and with only a ninth grade education, living, being homeless, being traumatized, I think his story is a story that needs to be told, So that's pretty much why I wanted to bring him up here, Um, but that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't know what do you say, Sugar Love?
I just can't wait to see, how much further. I'm glad we got some of them old stories out of him, especially with how he explained the Backpack Brothers and then the Street Brothers, and how for some reason they always want to be each other, right? They always want to be each other, right? But Jay Dilla, God rest him, by 10, God rest him. Them two, even though Jay Dilla passed first, but they are so integral to our music today.
Mm-hmm.
They will forever be remembered, and to know that he grew up with them, he saw them, that he told the stories of, um, how even they took him in, even a guy that was on the street, but he at that point he was 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So he couldn't even really be down with them because he wanted to shoot up the guy that built it, right? But it's good to hear these stories of our unsung heroes. I will call them unsung heroes that do not get talked about enough because they played a big part in this entertainment business. And you do hear a lot about Jay Dilla, but you don't hear too much about Bartend. So it was good to hear stories of them. How they was like he said, they was always about their music. They was good students. They was very, very intelligent people. Not saying that he wasn't, but he wasn't there yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but they still socialized. They all still lived in the same thing. And he was also telling you how, it goes, right? The different. I don't know. Was that a center? Was he talk? He was talking about DJ.
Uh, the different. No, that was. It's actually a nightclub. It used to be an old church. It's called Saint Andrew.
Okay, right. So that's a lot of history there. So I cannot wait till he come back and give us more history. We don't think about somebody like him knowing Eminem before he was Eminem. And remember, he was Proof Man. He was rolling with Proof. Proof
Mm-hmm.
is the one who gave Eminem that okay, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it. He the one brought Eminem up in there with those guys, you know. So, and even when he knew Gucci Man before he was Gucci Man, right? So it's a lot of history within this little hour, even though we didn't get full stuff, but we got a lot of history of our unsung heroes, right? So, and then we get to see what he's doing now. He's making his move. Like DJ said, hopefully he get picked up. Hopefully we can catch it on Tubi. Hopefully we can go to that if you could put it up there again, DJ, his the streaming system or whatever that he used, so we can watch it. That he didn't say. He said, "What's the streaming, y'all?" But he didn't get into like, is it you got to pay by the month? Like, what else is on there? Is it just his music, or I mean, is it just his shows? Like,
Different movies that he's involved, that he's a part of. Like if
it's
you
just his movies.
his and Zaytoven's, and because that's some of the movies he has is both I think both him and Zaytoven might have executive produced it or something like that, or and co-directed it. Like I think Finesse is like a movie that him and Zaytoven did together. So if you go to Big
So,
Biz Media, I think
so she said Tubi is free. Right. He did say some of his movies on Tubi.
yeah, some of them are on Tubi, some of them on Amazon. I mean, some on Apple. They're all over. Like some of them, you can go to different places and find these movies. Yeah.
All right. So if you would like to, before I sell us to take us out of here, if you like to put the things up in his movies so they can just get the titles, just put it when you put the movies up there, just put each one with the title of the movie. So if they go searching, they'll know the titles to look for before I say take us out of here.
I'll just share this with y'all so y'all can see the actual website.
Okay.
So this is their website. It's called Big Biz Media. In their catalog, can you guys see that? Hold on, catalog. So you have Birds of a Feather, 1 and 2, and that's with Al Nuke and Zaytoven. 1700 Block, Street Life, documentary, Bagman, Finesse, 1 and 2. So so you have those are the movies that they've done so far. with Al Nuke and Zaytoven.
So let's support our brother. Make sure we support our brother. You know, that's how these things get picked up. It start with our support. You know, and
That's why
DJ.
make a movie. He needs to make a movie of all his own personal stuff because he is a plethora of knowledge and information, and people would just be. I think they'd be interested to hear like the behind the scenes stories that told from his perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
To hear Dilla's perspective or even Slum Village's perspective, but we don't get to hear the street guys' perspective that lived down the street that ended up being equally as professor, but maybe behind the scenes. So yeah, I think I'm encouraging to do that.
Yeah.
So if y'all could please check out the Big Biz Media website. I have that is the actual website that I'm showing right now. Big Biz Media. Please check them out. And
Mm-hmm.
his name is Al Nuke. And this has been the art of storytelling.
Are you ready, DJ?
Yep.
DJ, take us out of here.
Alchemize your energy. Darling, let your spirit be free. Don't give up. Keep on pushing through. Now is the time. It's all up to you. Alchemize your energy. My friend, let your spirit be free. Don't give up, keep on pushing through. Now is the time, it's all up to you. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, but over tragedy. No matter the storm, we will always take flight. Keep on pushing through the darkness of night. There's no limit, let's reach for the sky. Shine so bright, from darkness to light.